Hey, welcome in to today's video. Tomorrow is going to be the Oscars ceremony, the Academy Awards ceremony. I don't remember why they're called the Oscars, because some guy named Oscar, I guess. Doesn't matter. Today we're going to be making my picks for the Oscars, as well as my guesses and predictions, which might all sound like they're the same thing, but they're not. They're different things. I don't have too much to say about it. I think I just want to get into it, discuss the things along the way, and yeah. Let's grab the window, show off what I'm doing here. This is terrible placement for my camera. This is better. Oh wow, look how big I can be. Look how big I can be today. But maybe we should do this a little bit bigger. Okay. So here I have all the categories, all the nominees, etc. I just have them in the same order that the official Academy Award nomination website has them in, so that's why they're in this order. So don't come crying to me if you don't like the order. I'm gonna do my pick, which is like just what I would pick if I was in charge, and then my guess, which is different because it's what I think the Academy is most likely to pick. I actually just got a notification reminding me of a picture I took like 6 years ago at an Oscars party where I, made all my picks and I was killing it. And then this was the year that it came down to picture, and the best picture was won by Green Book, which obviously wasn't the best picture, and I had selected Roma. I had selected Roma as my favorite picture, which didn't win, and so that was the reason that I lost. I lost kind of $5, kind of like $40 or whatever, based on what I would have won if I had picked Green Book, but I didn't want to pick Green Book because I didn't think it was the best movie, but whatever. Let's just get into it. The first category, and look, I did my best to watch as many of these movies as I could this year. I didn't see all of them, especially some of the more obscure stuff. I just haven't seen yet, okay? So we're going really based on vibes here for a lot of this. Actor in a leading role. I did see The Brutalist, I did see A Complete Unknown, and that's it. Sing Sing I wanted to see, but it was in theaters for like one weekend, which is crazy. Kind of a bummer because it looked good. Ralph Fiennes, there's been some controversy this week with his nomination because there was a couple voters who came out and said that they didn't vote for him because he already had won an Oscar for his performance in Schindler's List, which first of all isn't true, and then second of all, instead they decided to vote for Adrien Brody, who did in fact win an Oscar for The Pianist. So a little bit confusing on the logic side there, but it is what it is. I haven't seen The Apprentice. I honestly don't. Wait, is The Apprentice... Hold on. Is this the Donald Trump movie? Sebastian Stan plays Donald Trump? That's interesting. Okay. Here's the thing. Just given what I am vibing, I do honestly think it's kind of between Adrien Brody and Timothée Chalamet for who's going to win this one. Adrien Brody obviously really, I don't want to say carries the movie in a way where it's like the rest of the movie is bad, but it is like, he's on camera almost 100% of the time. It's really his story. He's really doing all of it. He's running the gamut of emotions, And then Timothée Chalamet, they just love someone playing a historical figure, playing a musician, all of these things he's got going for him. I think that I don't know if Timothy was like a little bit older, if he let me look up his career real quick, because I honestly don't know where I'm gonna land on this. And maybe I'm foolish for disregarding these other people. I just haven't seen those movies, and I don't know. I don't see this being a year where like Colman Domingo wins, but it could be. I would love it. I would be happy. Sorry, just looking up. Yeah, he was nominated for Best Actor for Call Me By Your Name, and then he's nominated for Best Actor for this. I just think that this is kind of an award where they want you to like have more of a sample size, you know? They want you to have like a career where you've kind of earned Best Actor. And I'm not saying that I honestly think I think that he did a great job. I'm gonna go Adrian Brody for both. I think he's gonna win, and from what I've seen, I would pick him to win based on what he did. Not to belittle Timothée Chalamet, because he did like learn to play guitar for that movie. He did all the singing and all that. He did a lot of stuff, but it's done. It is what it is. Actor in a supporting role. Interesting here. So I have seen all of these except for The Apprentice. Jeremy Strong. Let's do another quick search. Did Jeremy Strong... I think he was nominated for The Trial of the Chicago 7. I don't think he won. No, this is his first Academy Award nomination. Interesting. Really, I have no idea what his performance is like. I do like him a lot as an actor. I simply don't know. Let's just run through this. Yura Borisov from Anora. I think he did a good job. I think that for someone who doesn't have like a big Hollywood career, it's definitely hard to... Oh, this is... Okay, I wasn't sure which guy this was. This is like the bald guy. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to call him. Igor. Interesting. For someone who doesn't have like a big Hollywood career, I think it's really tough to get that first, to get the win on the first nomination, but I do think he did a good job. Kieran Culkin, I think, was really good in A Real Pain. Also, in a ton of the movie, also, doing a ton of different stuff emotionally, and, just really acting, really making you feel a lot of different things. Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown. This could be sort of what I was talking about in terms of they like someone playing a real character, they like someone who's been around for a long time, etc. And I think he did a good job as Pete Seeger. Guy Pearce in The Brutalist. I don't think that Guy Pearce did a bad job, but I don't think that I don't know, I don't think of his character. Well, it's interesting because I'll talk about this more in a little bit, but I think that The Brutalist, the first half, is better than the second half before and after intermission. And Guy Pearce is, really in the second half, but I don't think it's his fault that the part's not as good, but it's still complicated. Jeremy Strong. I just don't know anything about that movie. I don't know. Let's look up Edward Norton real quick. I think that I'm gonna go with, for me personally, I'm gonna pick Kieran Culkin as the best supporting actor, best actor in a supporting role. Okay, let's go. The thing that's crazy is that like every Wikipedia page is a little bit different, you know? Edward Norton, this is his 4th nomination for an Academy Award, never won. Maybe it's his year. I think it might be his time, you know, given the way that these people work. But I do think that Kieran Culkin, like, I kind of didn't like that movie as much as I could have liked it, just because, like, the way that it hit me, like, you know, I thought it'd be more funny, more fun. But sometimes it was just really a bummer, and he was a big part of that. In a good way for him, but in a bad way for someone who didn't want to be bummed out. Moving on. Actress in a leading role. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked. Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez. Mikey Madison for Anora. Demi Moore for The Substance. And Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Interesting because I'm Still Here, if I'm not mistaken, is a foreign film, and it's very rare that actors and actresses from non-English, non-American films, non-Hollywood films, whatever, get nominated for this. So this is pretty cool. I do think that what's her name? Sandra Muller? Was she nominated for, Sandra Huller. She was nominated for, which one was she nominated for? Anatomy of a Fall? Last year. She did not win. Noteworthy in terms of trying to predict, etc., etc. Last year, oh my god. Last year Emma Stone won for Poor Things over Sandra and some others. Okay. I haven't seen I'm Still Here yet, unfortunately. I haven't seen Amelia Perez. Maybe fortunately, I don't know. I kind of want to watch it just to see what the controversy is all about. And then I haven't seen Wicked because it's just so long. And my friends say it's really good, but I just haven't had the time, okay? So, truthfully, again, just like I did with Actor, I do think that it's kind of like, I'm just gonna say it, I think that Mikey Madison's gonna win it. I know that she's newer, which I've been saying is like, sometimes they don't like that as much, but like, she really, again, is in like every second of that movie. She's doing all this different stuff. She's really like going all out, doing like crazy stuff in the movie. I think she's gonna win. For my pick, it's tough because I do think she did a really good job. I also think that Demi Moore was great in The Substance. I think that it kind of comes down to like Mikey Madison is in more of her movie. She's doing, I don't know, man. I'm really split between these two. I do think that Mikey Madison was doing like a lot of acting, which is maybe a dumb way to say it, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll talk more about The Substance later, I'm sure. Actress in a supporting role. Okay. I'm just gonna look up. Great. Actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro, A Complete Unknown. Ariana Grande for Wicked. Felicity Jones for The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. And Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. Part of me thinks, like, what did they just do Isabella Rossellini for, like, some David Lynch points, you know? But I don't think so. I don't even know when the votes have to get in, to be honest. Monica Barbaro played sorry, what's the name of? She played Joan Baez in A Complete Unknown. I thought she did a really good job. I hadn't seen her in anything. She's kind of hasn't done like a ton of stuff. I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet. And I haven't seen these TV shows she's been in. Yeah. But I think she did a really good job. Ariana Grande, I don't know, it's hard to say. I was proud of Ariana Grande. I think that she did like really stretch her range this time by playing someone who is white. I think that that's like a big, change for her. Felicity Jones, the Brutalist, sort of the same thing where she's like in the second half of the movie. I don't think her character is like doing a ton in that movie. Like, I just don't think. I think Felicity Jones, I liked her she's in one of the Star Warses, right? She's in Rogue One. I thought she was good in that. She's good in other things I've seen, but I didn't really connect with her performance here, let's say. Isabella Rossellini, again, haven't seen Conclave. Zoe Saldana, Emilia Perez. Are they gonna give Emilia Perez anything? I don't know. I do think that Zoe Saldana is a good actress. I like a lot of the things that she's in. I think she does a good job. I also don't like some of the stuff she's in, as far as Avatar, etc. I don't like Avatar. Don't get me started. Not a fan. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's focus up a little bit more. My pick, I'm gonna give it to Monica Barbaro. My guess? This is really a shot in the dark here. I'm gonna look up, one more thing. I'm gonna look up actress in a supporting role just because I want to see who won last year. I also think it's crazy that Margaret Qualley isn't nominated for anything. I thought she did great in that movie as well. Maybe she was also like seen as an actress and, only one of them made the cut or something. I don't know. Last year, Davine Joy Robinson won for The Holdover. She was good in that. Okay, let's see. There was Emily Blunt was nominated for Oppenheimer, kind of similar to the Felicity Jones nomination, maybe. I'm gonna pick it. Whatever. There's no law that I have to be right. All right. Continuing on, Best Animated Feature Film: Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. I'm just gonna go with Flow. To be honest, I'm just gonna go with Flow. Yeah, that is what it is. We'll see. Next up, we have Animated Short Film. Haven't seen any of these. Most years I try to check out the shorts, usually movie theaters and such. Show the shorts. I didn't see like a ton of screenings for them this year, and I've just been doing other stuff, so I haven't seen these short films. So I'm gonna go. Do I go just completely based off the titles, or do I look them up just to go based completely off the titles as well as the posters? Let's just go based off the title. Who has the time? Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. Now, Yuck does sound familiar. Wait, hold on. Yuck. I did see this one, actually. It's interesting, I didn't realize that this was nominated. It's about like a little boy who sees... This little boy and this little girl see some grown-ups kissing. And then they kiss, and then their lips turn like that after they kiss. honestly, I wasn't crazy for it. IMDb not crazy for it either. I didn't realize that this was nominated for Best Animated Short Film. That's kind of interesting. I knew that the name sounded familiar though. Okay, let's not pick that one, even though it's the only one I've seen. I'm gonna pick for my pick Magic Candies, because I like magic and I like candies. For my best guess, In the Shadow of the Cypress. It's kind of Oscar namey, or Wander to Wonder. Let's go Wander to Wonder. Based on nothing. Best cinematography. The Brutalist with LOL Crawley. Dune Part 2 with Grieg Fraser. Amelia Perez with Paul Gilhelm. I'm not sure how to say that name, sorry. Maria with Ed Lockman. And then Nosferatu with Jarin Blasch. Okay. Straight up my pick, The Brutalist. I think that what they did with the cinematography, all the views, the vistas, etc., I think were really impressive. I think to bring back that old technology and to like really use it in such an interesting way was very good. My guess, okay. I don't even know what Maria is. Amelia Perez, I don't know, like, this is such a weird thing because everybody's furious that Amelia Perez is nominated for stuff, but like, the voters, you know, just vote based on what they want, not based on like what the people want. So let's think for a moment. Dune Part 2 does have some incredible visuals and such. It's hard to know how much of that is like in camera, how much of it is special effects and all that, without having looked into it at all. Okay, Amelia Perez, don't know. Maria, don't know what that is. Nosferatu. Interesting, because Nosferatu isn't nominated for very much. And I didn't like it personally. I just don't really think that I like his movies very much, but he does like film the shit out of them, and everything looked good or well done when it was supposed to look not like good, like scary or, you know, whatever, gross, disturbing. So I kind of think it's between The Brutalist and Nosferatu, and I kind of think if you're split, then it's like, don't go with horror, go with historical drama. So we're going with The Brutalist. Costume design, A Complete Unknown, Ariane Phillips. Conclave, Lissy Crystal. Gladiator 2, Janty Yates and Dave Crossman. Nosferatu by Linda Muir. And Wicked by Paul Tazewell. Gladiator 2 is a movie that I did see a little bit of because I was in a movie theater. This was a very weird movie theater. I've never seen one quite like this. This was just a regular AMC. But so there's a hallway, obviously. You open the door to your movie theater, and all of a sudden you're at the very back of the theater. The seats are right in front of you, which is like already a little bit unsettling. Like, I don't want to be sitting in the seats and having the door directly behind me. I don't know why. It's just like doesn't feel good. Also, the little door to the hallway had one of those glass windows, you know? It wasn't like a full glass door, but it had like a glass window so you could see in and out. You could see across the hall, also a glass window, the doors lined up, and you could see the screen across the hall, same setup. And that's how I saw a little bit of Gladiator 2 while I was turned around looking to see what was going on while the trailers and everything were playing for my showing of A Real Pain. So based on that, and admittedly a scene where I don't know that there was any humans easily visible, definitely couldn't tell what the costumes looked like. Based on that, eliminated from competition. Conclave. This is kind of an interesting. This is actually all period except for Wicked, which is kind of period because it's like taking you back to Wizard of Oz times. Kind of like adapted because it's, you know, based on the musical and all that. This is an interesting place because let's look up, because I think that oh man, I think that Dune Part 1 might have been nominated back in the day. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it was, but it lost to Cruella. Last year, Poor Things won, which is kind of the Wicked, if we're trying to draw parallels. Yeah, they do go crazy. Oh, interesting. This team are the same people who did the costumes for Napoleon, which was also nominated last year. Did not win. Janty Yates is 74-5. And Dave Crossman is 55. Let's see what Janty Yates has done in her career. She did the original Gladiator. I kind of like that. She won Best Costume Design for the original Gladiator 25 years ago. Interesting. This is her third nomination. She did House of Gucci. Okay, so they do like, sorry, let me see what other recent wins there have been. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Poor Things, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Little Women, Black Panther. Kind of an interesting mix. Phantom Thread, they do like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Interesting. They do like historical stuff. They also like a little bit of whimsy. So based on that, let's try to think. A Complete Unknown. The costumes, I don't know that the costumes were, you know, it's so weird because like you watch A Complete Unknown and the costumes don't stand out at all because it's just like, oh yeah, that fits the period, which is what they're trying to do. But I feel like you kind of want costumes that stand out for the award, you know? Like Poor Things, it was of an era, but it was also like weird and like out there. So I'm gonna eliminate A Complete Unknown and Conclave, because I think Conclave, they're kind of just wearing like cardinal shit. I don't know. Gladiator 2, I wonder how the Academy views someone who's already won the same award for a previous installment in a series. I think they'd probably kind of lean against it because it's like, you know, you've already kind of done this. In the same way where like the Dune soundtrack wasn't even nominated because you have to have like, I think 60% of the music or whatever needs to be new. It can't be like reinterpreted or whatever, which makes sense. But okay, so Nosferatu versus Wicked. It's the first Eggers movie, I think, to be nominated for Best Costumes. And I do think that, you know, the costumes, the look of it all, as I've said, I think that was all very well done. I'm gonna go with Wicked. I think it like has that sort of historical stuff, the sort of whimsical stuff that I've decided that they like. Best directing. Here we go. Anora, Sean Baker. The Brutalist, Brady Corbett. A Complete Unknown, James Mangold. Amelia Perez. Jacques Audiard. And The Substance, Coralie Fargier. I'm not great at my French, obviously. Other than, you know, just kind of slurring the end of words is what I've learned. A Complete Unknown? Let's look up best directors. Let's see what's won recently. Oh, won last year. Christopher Nolan won last year for Oppenheimer, which is, as I've said before, kind of the brutalist of it. Also nominated Jonathan Glazer for Zone of Interest, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Martin Scorsese for Killers of a Flower Moon, and Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall. If you look, man, that's crazy that Roma won Best Director and all of that other stuff and then didn't win Best Picture. The year before, Daniels won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Kind of pushing towards The Brutalist with those picks, aside from Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously. I'm gonna look up one more thing. Sorry, so sorry. So sorry. Sean Baker has not been nominated before. Interesting. I'm a little bit split between Anora and The Brutalist. And truthfully, this could be a situation where, like, people who like very, like, emotion-driven dramas kind of split the vote, and then something else wins. Probably A Complete Unknown in that situation. I don't know enough about the voting to really comment. Anora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, The Substance. Here's what I'm gonna do. For my pick, I'm gonna go with The Substance. I really liked this movie. I think that, like, the choices were just crazy and gross and beautiful, and I loved it. For my guess for what's gonna win, I'm so split between Anora and The Brutalist. I'm gonna go with Anora. Based on, I don't know what. Based on maybe just that Brutalist is so long. You know? Based mostly on that, perhaps. Documentary feature film. The only thing I know about is Porcelain War, which is about the war in Ukraine. Okay, we also have Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, soundtrack to a coup d'etat in Sugarcane. Black Box Diaries, for some reason, just doing a quick Google. Okay, this is based on a sexual assault investigation in Japan. I don't really know about this, so that's fine. Okay. Again, I haven't seen any of these movies. I'm not a huge documentary film watcher. Apologies. I'll just go with Porcelain War, because I know that my friend saw it. You know? Documentary short film. This seems like a good time to mention that one year, maybe 3 or so years ago, I did watch all the shorts. And in my Letterboxd, I left... So I had like, you know, my favorite short and then my least favorite, like all through. And in my Letterboxd, I flipped the ratings I gave them because I thought maybe the people who I was competing against would check Letterboxd, see that I'd seen them, and say, well, you know, he kind of knows what he's talking about. And then they would go based on what I said was good, which isn't actually what I thought was good. I'm not sure that happened, but it was fun for me. In any case, best documentary short film, Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Given the way that best documentary short film tends to go, I always think like, oh, you know, it's going to be about like, I Am Ready, Warden has to be about like prison, maybe like death row or something. Death by Numbers, probably about war or something. I always think it's gonna be these like big, heady topics that win, but then it ends up being things like The Only Girl in the Orchestra, Instruments of a Beating Heart. I have no idea. We're just gonna go with it. Film editing. Anora, Sean Baker. The Brutalist, David Jansko maybe? Conclave, Nick Emerson, Amelia Perez, Juliette Welfing, Wicked, Myron Kirstein? I don't know. Interesting. I wonder if the Academy weights at all that Sean Baker is the director and editor. I wonder if that makes them like it more, if it makes them more, because maybe it's mostly editors voting, so they're like, they don't like that. I don't know. The Brutalist, that shit is so long. That is such a long movie, and it's pretty engaging, but you win best film editing for a movie that's 3.5 hours long? I don't know. When I saw The Brutalist, because that movie is, hold on, the movie's 3 hours and 35 minutes, which is 215 minutes. The couple sitting right next to me, when they saw it, they thought it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. So yeah, I don't think that they really were fully prepared for the movie. But anyway, I'm kind of joking about eliminating it for length reasons, but second half does drag a little bit, etc., etc. Conclave, I don't know enough about Conclave. I should watch it. Amelia Perez, man, I don't know. This is so tough. I don't know what to think about Amelia Perez. There are 2 spaces here. How did that happen? I just copy and pasted everything. Wicked also pretty long, but from what I've heard, it doesn't feel so long. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I have a friend, I think, who saw it like 6 times. Okay, for my pick, I'm going to Nora. My guess? I don't think Amelia Perez. I don't think Conclave. I'm gonna go with Anora. I really don't know. I'm a little bit split on all of this. International feature film. This is an interesting one because Amelia Perez is nominated for Best Picture. Spoiler alert. Nominated for Best Picture. Wait, Nosferatu is nominated for Best Picture? No, this is production design. Okay. That makes sense, because I was like, why is the alphabetization getting so weird here. I'm Still Here also nominated for Best Picture. Okay. So I was gonna say, you would think the only one that's nominated for Best Picture kind of has to win Best International Feature Film. It was the same way the year that I thought Roma was gonna win it all. Roma was nominated for Best Picture. The Shoplifters wasn't nominated for Best Picture. And I was arguing with a friend about like which one was gonna win, and he was like, Shoplifters was really good, and I was like, yeah, but it's not nominated for Best Picture. Like, how could it be? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I'm Still Here is also nominated, so I'm gonna go with I'm Still Here. Movie I have not seen. Makeup and hairstyling. A Different Man. Hold on. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of A Better Man, and I was like, I don't think that there's a ton of makeup in that one. Like there is, but not for the main character. This is sorry. Okay, this is the movie with the actor who has neurofibromatosis, which causes him to have like tumors on his face, I think? Non-cancerous tumors to grow on nerve tissue. The interesting thing is that he's a twin and his brother has the condition, but like totally different symptoms. Anyway, his tumors and all that are not makeup. So, interesting. Anyway, A Different Man, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, Wicked. This is such a crazy thing because it's like, Wicked, they're doing like kind of cartoonish, like musical stuff. The Substance, they're doing like completely different stuff, like completely different types of makeup and all that. And when we say makeup, does that include like prosthetics and like if you haven't seen The Substance, then you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But like from the ending, like does that count as makeup? I don't know. I'm gonna pick The Substance. Maybe this is a spot where Nosferatu wins it, because I think that they did capture like the period look and all that. So let's go with Nosferatu. Music original score. The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Wicked? That's interesting, because like how much of that was original, I don't know. I haven't seen the damn movie. I also haven't seen the play. The musical. The music in The Brutalist was really good. I'm just gonna go with The Brutalist. I'm dragging my feet a bit with some of these picks. Music original song. El Mal, The Journey, Like a Bird, Mi Camino, Never Too Late. I didn't want to copy too many words, but I should have copied at least what movie these things are from. El Mal, is that yeah, that's Emilia Perez. Never Too Late is from the Elton John movie. Like a Bird is from Sing Sing. Mi Camino, also from Emilia Perez. And then The Journey is from the 688. I didn't realize this was directed by Tyler Perry. Interesting. Interesting, like, I don't, people are so mad about Emilia Perez. I do think that people like Elton John. It's the titular track of the movie. Like a Bird, I kind of think could take it though. I think they kind of like subtly leaned into the song. Let's pick it. What the heck? Oh, we got a big one coming up. Maybe I saved this for last. Even though this was the order, I think I should save it, right? Right? Production design. The Brutalist. Oops. Oh, that's because I remember. Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, Wicked. This is interesting. I'm just realizing I don't think I've picked Dune Part 2 for anything, and I really did like that movie a lot. I thought it was a beautiful movie. I thought it was very it just grabbed you visually. The Brutalist, the production design, like it does capture an era. It does have some like, I don't know, like it has, you know, like some architecture and stuff along those lines that I think that you know, people who are into design, like it kind of is about design, so the people who are into design could be into that, you know. Conclave, don't really know too much about Conclave. Nosferatu, for what I was saying about not caring about the movie too much, it is like a good looking movie, as I've said. It's really like, all of his movies are very carefully like crafted and all that. Wicked, I saw a really cool like YouTube video about how they had that huge field of tulips and like they did the field for real, and then the distance was CGI and all that, and like the blend is interesting. The fact that they had that made for real is cool. Could this be a place where Dune Part 2 wins? I don't know. I'm kind of... I'm gonna look up Dune Part 1. Because I think that it was sort of a similar thing last time where they had a ton of nominations and it didn't win very much, right? And by similar, I mean that it won 6 awards, never mind. It won a bunch of awards. It won Best Original Score, Best Sound, Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Visual Effects. This is interesting because it's kind of like I was saying about, you know, the production design. How much do they say? Well, you've already kind of done that with the first one, but like, you know, they're kind of completely different settings and all that for these two movies. There's a lot of different stuff going on in Dune Part 2. I'm gonna look at what's won Best Production Design in recent years. Poor Things, All Quiet on the Western Front, Dune, Mank, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Black Panther. Again, a lean towards historical, a little bit of whimsy, except I think that Everything Everywhere All at Once was nominated and didn't win. Incorrect. Completely incorrect. That's crazy, because that movie looks great. It's got like so many fun and different whatever. Maybe Nosferatu. I just don't know that the Academy cares for horror at all. Maybe The Brutalist? Maybe I pick Nosferatu. My guess is The Brutalist. I don't know. Live action short film. Aline Anyuha Inuja, I don't know. I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. Just go with the last one, I guess. Sound. A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot. 3 musicals, one movie that previously won for the first part, and an animated film. So tough to like judge these things, you know? A Complete Unknown, I think they did a really good job of capturing the sounds and everything of the time. A lot of care was taken to like have the exact right instruments, the right microphones, all of that. Like maybe that's just production design though, because then I don't know that they used those, because there's like footage of Timothée Chalamet in a recording studio, so I don't know. Amelia Perez, don't know about, probably not gonna pick it. Wicked. Let's look at recent winners for best sound. This is always like a tough one, because they like stuff that's like really loud or really like, you know. Zone of Interest, not super loud, but like very, what's the word? Like intentional maybe? Top Gun Maverick, Sound of Metal, Ford vs. Ferrari. Oh, because back before 2020, it was best sound mixing and best sound editing, and it was always like, what, you know, like how do I know what sounds just best sound? And the second best sound winner was Dune. They haven't picked a musical. West Side Story was nominated, didn't win. Maestro wasn't a musical, but it was music based, didn't win. Elvis didn't win. Soul didn't win. They haven't picked anything animated. They haven't nominated a ton of animated stuff. I think Soul is the only one that I'm seeing here that was animated. So that's interesting. Okay. Unless you want to consider Avatar: The Way of Water animated, which I think is a fair thing to do. So either they go with Dune Part 2, which I think the sound is great in, or they kind of break what they've been doing the last few years. I'll go like this. I'll pick Dune Part 2. Because I really like that movie. Like the opening with, just like the very opening with the crazy voices, like that's winning right there. And then for guest, I kind of think Wicked could take it. Visual effects, Alien Romulus, interesting because they redid some of their biggest visual effects for the Blu-ray release. So how confident can they really be in winning? Better Man, they did have like a monkey running around the whole film. Dune Part 2, the black and white scenes are insane, very cool. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Wicked. Honestly, I don't know if those black and white scenes, I think that's just like color grading maybe. I don't know that that's necessarily visual effects. I don't know that visual effects excludes color grading and all that, but Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has tons of monkeys running around the whole time. Wicked, I think. Let's look at recent winners. You know, why not? Dune did win. Best visual effects last year was Godzilla Minus One. The movie's so good. Avatar: The Way of Water, Dune, Tenet. Tenet? That's kind of crazy. 1917, First Man. Blade Runner 2049, The Jungle Book. Ex Machina one, I didn't realize that. A little wide ranging in terms of what they like, but definitely they go, I mean, just even looking at the nominees, like, this isn't necessarily Oscar bait type movies that win. I mean, even looking at like Alien Romulus, this is their only nomination. You know, Better Man, this is their only nomination. Okay. Where does this put us? For my money, I'm going to pick Dune Part 2. For my guess, any of the Planet of the Apes movies won? Any been nominated before? All I really know is that my friend Will loves these movies and he really liked it. It does look pretty good. Oh yeah, I actually saw, let's go with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Writing adapted screenplay, here we go. Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing. I'm ashamed to say I've only seen A Complete Unknown. Nickel Boys, interesting how few nominations it got, I think. It's so, because it's nominated for Best Picture, and then Best Screenplay and nothing else. Like, that's just so weird when that happens, you know? Conclave, it does seem like a very script heavy movie in the sense that it's like a lot of people talking in places, a lot of walk and talks, kind of that Aaron Sorkin vibe, just based on what I know about it. Sing Sing, sorry, one more. Is Sing Sing nominated for Best Picture? No. There's kind of two ways to look at it for Nickel Boys. Because on the one hand, you know, for something that's nominated for Best Picture, you would expect it to have more nominations. So, like, for it to only be nominated for Best Screenplay, they must really think that the screenplay stands out. On the other hand, like, you know, I don't think that a ton of things win Best Screenplay without having other nominations. Best Screenplay nominees. Let's see what won last year. Best Adapted. Was it Oppenheimer? Anatomy of a Fall. That was original. Hold on. Oh, last year was American Fiction. That's right. Which kind of... Hold on. Oh, he was nominated for Best Actor. They had 5 nominations? Really? I didn't remember them having so many nominations. Can I see... Academy Awards. Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Score. Okay. Interesting. The year before, Women Talking. Kind of the Conclave vibe. Coda, The Father, kind of conclave-y. Okay, I do think that A Complete Unknown, the script was pretty good. I think like the There's a lot of moments that kind of stand out. Amelia Perez, I just don't know anything about Amelia Perez other than people are very mad about it. Nickel Boys, I wanted to see, but again, it wasn't in theaters very long. Sing Sing. I'm kind of leading Conclave. Nickel Boys, I could see it being Nickel Boys, but I just don't know, man. I just haven't seen the damn movie. Best Writing Original Screenplay: Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5. This is the only one where I couldn't get because it's a damn date, I couldn't get the formatting to work right. Or The Substance.
Bumping into trouble like a rebels where I came. See the flame shine bright. They were puzzled how I'm
The Substance, I love that movie. And like I think it's well written. I don't think the writing is like the type of writing that they pick for best screenplay. I think that like it has other things going for it. September 5, I haven't seen that. But it's about the hostages taken at the Olympics, right?
I'm still numb to the trauma.
1972.
Couldn't tell if my joy was out alone. What would hold me when I needed me a hug? That's the real.
Another thing where it's only nominated for this, and it did look like.
It's the only thing we're feeling. I'm trying to get me closer to the Lord, cause maybe He can open up some doors while these words get to show you all my flaws. It's poetry and pain, blessing in the chain, pictures I could paint. Yeah, it's poetry and
A Real Pain?
Blessings in the chain, pictures I could
I think I want to skip that.
Yeah.
Real Pain. I did think that was like a well-written screenplay, and I think that he won like the Writers Guild Award or something. Hold on. He was nominated for Best Screenplay for the Golden Globes. Did it win? What is it won? He won the Waldo Salt Screenwriting Award at the Sundance Film Festival. Maybe that's... He did not win the Writers Guild Award. Hold on. Anora won. Last year the Holdovers won. Holdovers didn't win. Everything Everywhere at Once won the year before. That did win. Don't Look Up won the year before that. Belfast won. Belfast wasn't even nominated. This is interesting. Where does this leave us? Let's focus back in. Anora, I could definitely see winning. The Brutalist. It's like a weird thing because I don't think that the movie is poorly written in any way. I think that it's actually well written. But it's not the kind of movie where you're like, oh yeah, the screenplay was incredible, you know? Like, I think you're just so in awe of like other things that even if it is very well written, it's not like a focus. A Real Pain, I think it's good, I just don't think it's gonna win. September 5th, I haven't seen it. September 5, I guess. The Substance, okay. The Substance I'm eliminating. A Real Pain I'm eliminating. September 5 I'm eliminating. Which leaves us once again with Anora and The Brutalist. I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna say that The Substance actually is my pick, just because okay, that's fine. That's fine. Best Picture: Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Truly, again, I feel like it comes down to Anora and The Brutalist. I think that Dune Part 2 is an incredible visual movie. It's got like a lot of moments that I really was into. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot more than the first part. I think the fact that it's a part 2 is really gonna hurt it. I think that the first part I was like so on. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I think that that's gonna like turn off a lot of voters. Amelia Perez, I just can't see it winning Best Picture. I'm Still Here, total wild card in my mind, just because I don't know about it, you know? I want to see it, I just don't know about it. Nickel Boys, I think it's tough to win Best Picture when you are not nominated for almost anything else, you know? Like not directing, cinematography, acting, anything. It's really hard. The Substance is my pick for me. My favorite movie of last year is probably The Substance. I loved every second of it. It was crazy. It was beautiful. It was just a ton of fun. It's my favorite movie of 2024. Wicked, kind of a dark horse in my mind. It could win. I really think it's down to Anora and The Brutalist. And they both have kind of a similar issue in my mind where like the first chunk is so compelling and then they like kind of lose steam a little bit. I think that Anora nails the landing a bit more. The Brutalist, I'm going to talk about the end of The Brutalist now. The Brutalist, it like flashes forward like 30 years or something. And you like do need this moment because it helps you understand why he was fighting so hard for the choices that he'd made, you know? And like realizing that these like little rooms that seem like so weird and like, you know, he was gonna kill this guy because the ceilings needed to be the right height. Like he's doing it because it's the size of the concentration camp rooms that he was like held in, but the ceilings are huge. Like that's, you need that moment, but there's so much in the second half that like it just loses the man, what's the word, like the, you know, the momentum it has in the first half. Anora, like it's got like some slow moments, but it's pretty breakneck in terms of like their relationship just starts and it's just going and then they're looking for him. Some of that stuff in that second half though, it's like a little bit, it drags a little bit. Okay, those are my thoughts. Let's talk about a complete unknown. I think that I came into this movie being like, I really don't know anything about Bob Dylan. And then as I was watching it, I was like, oh, every song that played, I was like, actually, I do know that song, and I'm like kind of into it. I think that the acting was really good. I think that the performances were good. I think that, like, overall, the way that they talked about folk music versus, like, rock music was just a little bit too, like, a little ridiculous almost, where it's like, oh, like, just in the same way that, like, I think that the way that we look at genres is silly. Like, the way that they treat it in the movies, where it's like, you and I are best friends, but if you play an electric guitar, you're dead to me. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It, like, gets a little over the top, but then it kind of works a little bit in the very end. I don't know. It was good. I don't think it was the best picture, but I did like it. Conclave, I haven't seen the fucking thing. Dune Part 2, really liked it. I think they're going to get punished for being Part 2. I think they're going to be punished for the first part not being as good. Amelia Perez, just can't imagine it. I'm still here. I've been over all of these at this point. I think Nora's gonna win Best Picture. Almost every time I've been torn between The Brutalist and Nora, I think I went with Nora. I just think that it's like, there's something about it. I think it's like, okay, it's not political in any way, which I think, like, not that being political is bad, but like just things are so intense right now that I think like people are gonna be happy to have a movie that's not about like politics and all of that. I think that it has like, it's kind of a throwback to like 80s sort of stuff. It's got like, it's funny, it's got some really good emotional moments. I could totally see it being The Brutalist though, but I think like when I saw The Brutalist, because I saw it, I saw The Brutalist before I saw Nora. When I saw The Brutalist, I saw the first half and I was like, okay, well, this is gonna win Best Picture. And I saw the second half and I was like, well, I still think it's gonna win, but it's not like as, I'm not as convinced anymore. And then when I saw Nora, I was like, I think this is gonna win Best Picture. So that's where I'm at. Substance, my favorite movie. I'd be thrilled if it won. I think that it's like, you know, just a super original idea. It's saying like, you know, it's got all this body horror stuff that's like crazy. It's got some like really, like the way that they introduce the substance and like the ad sort of thing that she gets for it, where it's like, you know, just a voice with black text and like some visuals. I think like that's so cool. Some really good visual storytelling also too, like the opening sequence. Well, the opening about the egg that splits, like that tells you how it works. And then you have Elizabeth Sparkle getting her like Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and then it cracks over time and all that. Yeah, I think it's great visual storytelling. I think it's like a great, you know, what it's saying about being a woman in Hollywood, being a woman in the media, all that is great. I think the performances are great. The ending is just insane. It's perfect. I loved every moment of it. I think Nora's gonna win Best Picture. My level 2 predictions are just, you know, like, these are the actual awards that I think are gonna happen. Level 2 is just some other stuff I think could happen. For instance, I think it won't be funny. I think Wicked fans aren't going to be happy, kind of clear from my picks. I think they're going to do a Will Smith slap bit, but the slapper is going to get too carried away and hurt the recipient. And then I don't think anyone's going to say like anything too strongly about Trump. Like, I think they're going to be like, oh, things are bad. But I don't think that anyone's going to get on stage and be like, hey, Donald Trump is a Nazi. We're living in a dictatorship. Or like we're threatened. There's a threat that we're going to be in a dictatorship. There's fascism on the rise in our country. Like, I don't think anyone's going to come out too bold and say that. Maybe if The Brutalist wins, like Best Picture, they could make a stand. I just don't really see it. I think the same way that like so many of the public statements that I've seen are just like, hey, you better be like the fucking Dave Chappelle on SNL thing. It was like right before the inauguration, I think, or right after, whatever. He was like, Trump, you know, you said you're gonna do a lot of things for a lot of people and you got a lot of power, you better be good. And it's like, take a fucking stand. Be like, hey, you're a bad person. You need to change and be better, or like it's gonna be terrible for a lot of people, you know? Like, call out fucking the Democrats in Congress. Call out the Democrats in the House of Representatives. Call out the fucking Democrats in the Supreme Court. What are you doing? You fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this ranting, none of this, whatever. My level 3 prediction. This is something that I think is almost a lock to happen. I think that Chief Justice John Roberts is going to come out on stage to forcibly remove an award from the hand of a woman / person of color, saying DEI is over. And like my bold prediction is that it might be an award for Best Actress. So it's like, a woman had to win anyway. But I think he's just going to like really officially make the stand that DEI, Dunzo, Chief Justice John Roberts says so. Those are my predictions. We'll regroup on Monday, see how I did. I don't know. I wanted to have like more funny predictions, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't having a good time by the end of this, given the state of the world and all that. Overall, I don't think I have Amelia Perez winning. Let's check out, actually, hold on. Let's check back in. I want to see, one for The Brutalist, one for Complete Unknown, one for Anora, 2 for Complete Unknown, 2 for The Brutalist, 2 for Anora, 3 for Anora, 3 for The Brutalist, 4 for Anora, 4 for The Brutalist, 5 for Anora. Do I have Wicked winning? What did I have Wicked winning? I got the wrong damn thing. Oh shit. Wicked. Okay. Not actress. Costume design. And sound. Out of 10 nominations, I have them winning 2 awards. Amelia Perez. They've got 13 nominations? I don't have them winning anything. 13 nominations, that's crazy. Dune, 5 nominations. I don't have them winning anything. Okay. Interesting. I don't know how fully I stand by what I said, but here I am.